about high achievers from the most important institutions. Our aim is inspiring the young global community to embrace trust technology. In this episode, we fly to Australia to meet Aurélie Jacquet, an AI ethical advocate, chair of Standards Committee on AI, member of the Australian AI Working Group, the European AI Alliance, and the IEEE P7000 Engineering Methodology for Ethical Life Cycle Concern Working Group. Hi, Aurélie.
Hi, Lobna. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's really my pleasure. We follow your work for a couple of years in AI ethics and AI standards, and we are happy to have you today in this episode of the AI Deal of Trust. So through our discussion, we will learn more about your mission and your role, and also your perspective about this future of exponential technology. But before going on those topics, we are really curious to learn more about your academic background and how you end up in this role as the chair of the Standards Committee on AI and member of the Australian Committee AI Working Group.
Sure. It was a very interesting journey. It started possibly in 2016. So it's a mixture of the first. I've never really heard about standards before. I'm a lawyer. I've got was trained and educated as a lawyer in France and moved to Australia. So what happened? I think it's I was initially a litigator, then I started to work for algo traders. So pretty much what made me where my first concern started with AI was really my experience first looking at algo trading and seeing possibly when you automate trades across markets. So let's say you have normally you have a trader that trade option or future on different markets. You automate all this in a very clever manner. So at the time when I entered that world, there were there was little regulation on automated trading. We had a couple of crash, and then the regulation came in. So I got quite a good overview of what you could and could not do with automated trading. So that was a great learning opportunity. That was possibly the first step. Then, as I said, I've always followed the less traveled pathway. So I generally follow the unconventional path. As I say, I came from Australia, from France, moved to Australia, was a litigator, and then went into financial services, and now looking at the governance of AI. So when you do this, you mostly often, as you would know, rely on the exception rather than the rule. So when I started to hear the debates about really would AI help or hinder us, and really whether I wanted to be told, I think that's